Hello, this is Ian Henry of Auto Analysis. Welcome to the September edition of the European Car and Light Commercial Vehicle Production Outlook briefing from the SMMT. First, a few comments on the state of the economy. We are currently experiencing a rather faltering recovery here in the UK, and outside the UK, structural problems remain in Europe, particularly in Portugal, Ireland and Greece. There are fears that Italy and Spain could also need significant financial help. And further afield, the US economy is a potentially much bigger worry. There's a serious concern as to whether it can afford to undertake further quantitative easing. Finally, a quick word on the impact of the earthquake and the tsunami in Japan. There was severe supply chain disruption following the earthquake and tsunami and affected all Japanese manufacturers worldwide. However, the supply chain is being repaired and lost production should be recovered fully by early 2012. Our latest production outlook suggests that this year, 2011, will reach 19.9 million units produced in Europe, including Russia. This is slightly lower than we forecast previously. This is because the economy is taking longer to recover. But strong demand is still being experienced for the German premium brands, crossovers from the French vehicle manufacturers, and there is strong export demand from emerging markets such as China, Russia and India in particular. Next year, 2012, we expect European production to be back above the 2007 pre-recession peak. A particular growth in the coming years will come from increasing sales of smaller cars, EVs and hybrids. Looking at the UK, this year has seen significant major investment announcements regarding the future of the automotive industry in the UK. BMW, Nissan in particular have confirmed major investment in their production facilities. Jaguar Land Rover is beginning to expand its model range, increase its UK sourcing, and it should soon add its own UK engine plant. GM, of course, has retained its Luton van plant, is adding shifts at Ellesmere Port. And recently we've had the official confirmation from Honda that the new Civic 5-door will indeed start production in the UK in late 2011, and the new CR-V will start in late 2012. Turning now to the two German premium brands, BMW and Daimler. Well, for BMW, 2010 was the company's second best ever year in volume terms with record revenue. It continued its strong financial performance in the first half of this year, although the second quarter actually showed slightly slower growth than in Q1. It is undertaking a major model renewal program with both the 1 and 3 series in the process of being renewed, and at the Frankfurt Motor Show this month it will showcase its new i3 and i8 electric and hybrid vehicles. Daimler too had a very good year financially in 2010, moving from loss into substantial profit, and in H1 this year it was also very profitable. It too is undertaking a major new model initiative, and the B-Class showcased at Frankfurt is one of the most technology intensive vehicles that Mercedes will have ever shown, and interestingly the B-Class will be the first series production vehicle from the company to offer both fuel cell and natural gas powered vehicles. Looking at two volume manufacturers now, Fiat and Ford. The main development at Fiat has concerned it taking the majority stake in Chrysler. It will actually increase its stake further beyond the current 53.5% later this year. At Ford, well, it was very profitable in Europe last year following a loss in 2009, and indeed H1 has been profitable again. The main development at Ford has concerned the reorganisation of its European footprint, moving vehicles from one plant to another, and a confirmation that it will install up to 300,000 units a year capacity in Russia. GM Europe. GM is still likely to be loss-making in Europe overall, but it should break even at the operating level in 2011. It has now completed the reorganisation of its European operations, but the Bochum transmissions plant will actually remain open longer through till 2013, following strong demand from Brazil. There have been also reports in recent months that GM would want to sell Opel Vauxhall, but these have been strenuously denied. One has to question why GM would want to sell the company having undertaken such a radical restructuring, and who could actually afford to take on the challenge of taking out yet more capacity and aligning complex product programs. We think therefore GM is quite safe on its own. A quick look at Honda, Hyundai and Mitsubishi. Well, as we've noted before, the main development at Honda recently has been the confirmation that the new Civic will start production later this year, and Swindon will indeed be the only worldwide production location for the 5-door hatchback version of the Civic. At Hyundai Kia, its Russian factory is now in full production mode and has actually added a Kia model to its range. And by 2014, Hyundai Kia should be producing close to 1 million vehicles a year in Europe, including Russia, which is a truly remarkable achievement from a zero standing start around a decade ago. At Mitsubishi, well, we still have long-term concerns over the future of the Bourne factory. There's not much else to say at Mitsubishi at the moment, however.